Hey everybody, Tony again with Shinsho Yoga, and today we're going to do a bit of a mat review and comparison. So I've got this series that I did on how to buy a mat, how to store and care for your mat, carry your mat. Now I want to take a group of mats and compare and contrast from least expensive to most expensive and what you can find on them. And I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to give you my opinion on them, but also just give you the pros and cons of what you can expect from them so you can make your decision on it. Be a bit of a longer video for today, but I have 6 mats here to review. So let's see if we can get through them. So let's get started. The first mat I'm going to talk about was my first mat that I bought, and that is this Gaiam mat. Gaiam is a kind of a lower end name known in yoga. I mean lower end in that it's not as expensive as some of the other ones. Most of your fitness stores will carry this brand, and your beginner usually will start with a Gaiam. I do not recommend this mat at all. This is like a skating rink. You can probably even see it in the video here. This thing was just slippery. It's relatively thin, relatively inexpensive cushioning. I can squeeze it and feel my fingers. Width and length, it was a little short for me. It's probably 68 or 67 inches. When they make them cheaper, they cut them down a little bit. And the cushioning on it, just not there. And what I paid for it at the time, and this mat I bought 7 years ago, I probably paid $30. And I'm not trying to knock Gaiam. Some of their stuff is decent, but I don't recommend this mat. If you're starting out, it's way too slippery, and you can just see it here. It's just, and I'm hoping it comes up on the camera, that it's like a skating rink. And I didn't do anything to this. It's just the way it came. It's just skatey in both sides. Even if I use the other side, it's slick. So it did not work for me. And this is what led me to go and find other mats. So as for construction, it's a relatively thinner, cheaper material on it. Not super high quality, not super dense, probably a 4mm mat. But inexpensive, but not inexpensive in a good way. Not really, in my opinion, a good mat. I guess I had said I wasn't going to give you too much of an opinion, and I just did. But I don't recommend that one. So that's Gaiam. We're going to keep going with inexpensive, and we're going to go one that I just bought 2 days ago at Five Below. It's their Series 8 Fitness. It's a $5 mat. 24 by 68 inches, and it's 5mm thick. Now, I looked at it when I went in there, and I said, I know places that sell cheap mats that you get, a lot of yoga studios will get, and some of them aren't too bad, but it looks like the exact same construction as the Gaiam mat, but it's $5. Oof. Smells like chemicals. But I figured for $5, I would sacrifice for you, all one person that's watching my videos. Well, it's pretty much the same construction as the Gaiam. Same cell structure, same width. Same thickness here. It looks like the almost exact same material. And it's the same slick that, there's no tackiness on that whatsoever. Yeah. Same as the Gaiam. But it was $5. So, would I recommend it in any situation? Well, let's say you're not going to do a vinyasa practice. You're not going to be doing down dog or anything like that. Let's say maybe you're health-wise, or maybe you are older and you just were going to maybe a restorative or a gentle practice where all you do is just some handful of light postures and that's it. And you're not really doing yoga for anything else, and you're not going to. That's $5. I would choose that over that Gaiam in that case, because again, that was 30, this is 5. It's less expensive. It's not something, definitely a mat that's going to last you. And again, any type of vigorous practice, it will not serve you. It is way too slick. And this cushioning is El Cheapo. So, a gentle practice where maybe you go once a week to, the community center, and I hope that doesn't come out the wrong way, that you're not really doing anything, that might serve you for $5 at Five Below. Anything else, I don't recommend it. Just as bad as the Gaiam. But it's kind of fun buying that and just telling you all about it. The next mat I'm going to review, expensive mat. That after I had bought that Gaiam and I kept trying to figure out what next, someone told me, said, Tony, you need to buy a Manduca. That is the Manduca. That is a mat, right? This is about 7 millimeters thick. 6-7 millimeters thick. One side's got a one side of texture and one side the other. It's generally more of a wide mat than, say, this one, right? So this mat is 2 to 3 inches wider. So this mat is probably 26, 27 inches wide. Not as long as my Jade mats. And like I said, thick. These Manducas are tough. They are tough mats. They are not cheap mats, though. This is about a $100 mat right here, right? It is a tough mat. It is a durable mat. It is a thick mat. It's got a lot of cushioning. I've had this mat 6 years, maybe. I used this for about a year or two. One teacher said that's called the Cadillac of mats. They have a really neat logo. It's kind of this like tree frog. This is Manduca. So why am I not using it now? Tackiness. It's a bit slick. It's not too bad until you start sweating. If you watched my other videos, I talked about this. I talked about how you can get, when the mat gets wet, when sweating, the tackiness that you may have may change, and you need a mat that's going to hold up under no matter how wet it gets. This doesn't hold up under that. It starts out pretty good, It's not too bad, right? But once it gets wet, you'll start to slide and pull away. So, if you are not a sweater, if you're not someone that sweats, you don't worry about that happening in the class. You're not a big gorilla like myself. This mat will serve you a long time. It is heavy duty. It is well made. It is thick though. So as I had mentioned in the prior video, thickness of the mat will affect the cushioning and your feel on the floor. So this will be challenging for standing poses because as you put all of your weight onto that one foot, this is going to give. Your ankle's going to do this. And, you're in a busy class and your teacher's got you, all right, now tree pose or dancers or half moon, whatever, warrior 3. This, you'll probably, in my opinion, if you really want to be successful, you'll step off this mat and step on the wood floor and then do your poses from there. That's what I did with this because it was too thick to do anything else. But as for being on my hands and knees, it was definitely much easier on the knees. So it's a well-constructed mat. It's heavy. It's a heavy mat because it's thick and there's a lot of material. It's good and wide, so it fit me. It's a little bit shorter than the Jades that I own. But overall, heavy-duty mat. Lasts you a long time. Worth the price. But if you are a sweater, if you are someone who needs the tackiness of a mat to last through getting wet and things like that, this is not the one for you. And also, if you want a mat that's going to offer you more of a floor feel, this is not the mat for you. Right? It's a little too thick. So, that's Manduca. So the next mat I'm going to do is one that I had in my prior about how to store your mat. And this was my long-time mat that I had during when I was in teacher training. So this one took a lot of abuse. And this is a Jade Harmony mat. This one, unfortunately, I didn't care for properly. And again, it got a lot of use. So it's in rough shape now. As I had mentioned in the other video, it's like this whole area around here is like the surface of the moon now. But that's more how I cared for it than the overall quality of the mat. Jade, in my opinion, makes a very good mat. The Jade Harmony, this is about an $80 mat. It lasted me about 3 years before I had to replace it. And again, it got a lot of use and I didn't store it properly. Jade mats are quite tacky. And that's, again, what I need. So if you need one that has a tackiness to it, they are a very good choice for that. As for thickness, it is a higher quality material than those low-end mats. So even though that this is 5 millimeters thick, the cushioning is much greater than what you're going to get off of this. You know, this mat, I go like that, there's a lot of resistance. This mat, it's just squishing. It's like a rotten apple, right? But again, this is $5. These are 80, right? But it's worth the 80 bucks in my opinion. If you're looking for just an everyday, all-around, good use mat, Jade makes a very good one. Their Harmony mat, again, is kind of their midline mat, and it's an excellent mat. I would have gotten probably another Jade Harmony if I wasn't a yoga teacher and was offered a discount at Jade to be able to buy their higher end mat. So this mat, little bit longer than the Manduca, not as wide, right? So Jade, again, each company offers things a little bit different. Jade cuts their mats generally a little bit thinner. I think this is what, 24? Yeah, about 24 inches wide. Where my Manduca's about, I think, about 26. But this one, I believe I got longer. I think this is a 71-inch mat, I believe. I don't remember exactly on it. Again, and they offer multiple colors, so, you know, you want to be able to express yourself a little bit. I chose blue on that. I like blue better than just basic black all the time. A friend of mine always teased me because I wear black all the time. It's slimming. Right? So you can get some different colors on it. You can get them at different places, sometimes on sale, but generally go right to Jade, order it there because you get a warranty on it. I think it's a year warranty, and you can take it back if you get defects. So, Jade Harmony, good mat, good price, recommend it, tacky. And again, not being as thick, even though there's cushioning here, you get a better floor feel. So, we now are going to make it up to my current mat, which is the same as this mat right here. This mat, though, got a little damage on it, so and they replaced it for me. This is, once again, Jade. This is a Jade Elite S mat, as they call it. This is a very expensive mat. This is about $150 for this mat. Being a yoga teacher and being a member of Yoga Alliance, which I pay dues to every year, you get a discount. So this Elite S mat cost me the same as what if I had bought this Harmony new. That's the only reason I bought it, because I am no place to be spending $150 on a mat. But after it wore out, I needed a new one. And again, teaching all the time, I needed something reliable. The way they sell this one is it being the stickiest mat out there, right? And it's pretty good. It's pretty sticky. This one, in the ends here, is lost some of its tackiness. That's why I just use it down here for demonstrations in the studio. And that is, again, in partial, if you watched my prior video on how to store your mat, I was using this strap still instead of using this bag. So that's why I bought this bag once I got the new replacement. They warranted it for me. Because this within 6 months started to wear out. So if you can see here, like I'm putting pressure here, right? Same pressure here, hand doesn't slip. Same pressure here, no good. This one, of course, it's a tacky mat, well constructed. There's definitely density to it. This one I think is a little bit longer. Again, I got a bit of a longer one, but again, thickness, just the same as the other ones here. No different. Elite S, is it worth $150? If you can get it with a discount, like I do through Yoga Alliance, if you're a yoga teacher, yeah, pay the same as a Harmony. It's an upgrade. If you can't, I would get the Harmony, the Jade Harmony. That's what I recommend to my students, the Jade Harmony. It's a good mat. So, Jade Elite S, expensive, good mat. If you can get it at a lower cost, I would recommend it. At the $140 cost, the basic Jade will do. And last but not least, a brand new Lululemon Mat. This I got at one of the studios I work at. Lululemon does a lot of promotions, and they came around and they gave mats to all the teachers. And I was, I was all excited. I'm like, ooh, a new mat, right? Whatever you're into, right? You know, I'm a surfer, so new surfboards are exciting. I'm a guitarist, new guitars are exciting. I'm a yoga teacher, new mats are exciting. This is a reversible 5mm. No other name on it. It retails at $78. I've seen sometimes online for $50, I think. I've seen them some places, but generally if you get it from Lululemon. So it's comparable in cost to the Harmony, the Jade Harmony. They're very good mats. I haven't even opened this one, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to unbox it for you today. I'm going to keep it this way for now because I'm going to wait till my Jade wears out, and then I'm going to use this one. They're good mats, and they are tacky. They are really tacky. I mean, I am pressing with all my force, and I can't. Like, I press with all my force. There's a little slippage. I press with all my force on this. It doesn't move. These are some of the tackiest mats, and it's a very different type of texture. Like, this is a very grainy, porous texture on this one. This feels more slick, but it's not. It's not like the $5 job. They're some of the best mats out. And this one, again, 5mm. Cushioning wise, if we compare it to the Jade, pretty comparable in layers. I've only used these mats. Sometimes I would go to a studio and somebody would be like, hey, check out my mat, or went somewhere that I didn't have a mat with me, and they say, you can use this. That's the only time I've used them and known people that had them. And the people I've known that have them, they last a long time. They really are durable mats. Lululemon can be overpriced. I have a pair of male Lululemon yoga pants. When I first started doing yoga, I was like, oh, I have to get Lululemon pants. That's what all the girls there wear. I think they're the Kung Fu pant. I think they were like $90. Yeah, they're not worth it at all. I don't really like them very much at all. My $28 Thai fisherman pants from Zen Mountain Monastery are way better. Like those much more. But their mats are solid. Really, really good mats. Well made. Again, sorry I'm not opening up this one for you. Super, super tacky. Really. And again, if I didn't spend so much on that Jade, I would have already gone to this one. But I'm going to wait till that wears out. So, Lululemon, highly recommend. So let's review. We have the Gaiam. It's about $30. I don't recommend it. We have the $5, the $5 Five Below mat, and again, is just as bad as the Gaiam, but if you're just going to, do a little gentle yoga somewhere for $5, you can't really, not gonna really go too wrong with it. Manduca, heavy duty, well made, heavy, strong, lacking tackiness, also very thick, to make it hard to balance on, but well-made mat. Jade Harmony, very good mat, about $80. Good, decent, all-around mat. Elite S Jade, very expensive, good mat. Better if you get it on sale, but a good mat. Lululemon, really excellent mat. I'm looking forward to when I wear my other one out and use this. So, take from that what you will, get rid of the rest. Any questions or comments, feel free to let me know. Thanks for watching. Namaste.